More commas after digits. Cheapin' on the midget. I can't never miss it. To tell you got the truth, I ain't never needed proof. It was always in the footage. I just gotta get my footage. Make these people follow me. Me, that ain't no bargaining. Anyone can spar with me.
I'm meeting with my new producer Keto, and we're going to be working on some records and recording some music that I plan on releasing. I have a new record coming out called Can You Hear Me Now? And he's just going to help me perfect it, lay it down, mix and master it, give me some advice, and we're going to be working together. And I actually found out through the studio session that we actually have more in common than I actually thought that we did, which is ironic, which is even though the hoes are going around town saying that my deal was fake and that it was nothing and blah 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 blah, but find out that there's somebody that actually dealt with the person that I dealt with, that actually knows what's going on. So I'm actually surprised and I'm excited to get ready for the studio session. It's time to lay in it, and I wonder, do you still feel the same? It's Bundy, I tried to soldier for change, and I wonder, can you hear me now? Cause now I can't find you. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Can you see me through your speakers? Can you hear me through the crowd? Tell me, can you hear me now? Can you hear me? I've been delaying my music career, and after all the trauma that I've been through in my life, I just didn't feel inspired to do any music anymore. And I just imagined myself when I was in the studio recording this song. You manifest your successes in your head, and you imagine yourself on stage, and you just think about your haters being in the crowd, and they're all the way in the back row of Beyonce's concert, in your concert, all the way in the back row, and you like, you know what, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? That's the reason. You see these lights on me, baby. You see these glitz and glamour, you see, that's why you're here. That's why you're here. Can you hear me now, sweetie? Excuse me, sweetie. Ooh, ooh, shit! Ooh. I hit my head.
You alright?
No.
Oh, you good?
Hurt. I got into it.
Man, that shit
I caught
jamming.
the spirit.
I'm with, bro. I'm over here with you. That shit rocking.
That
bro.
Man.
Man, this whole motherfucker, bro. I'm over here listening. See, I be listening as not me. You know, I listen to this
right.
I listen consumer.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm thinking like you.
I got lightheaded. I got lightheaded just now.
Oh, you almost fell?
Oh, like I had that note.
Oh,
you know what that? I was like, oh shit.
I'm just letting you know, I Affleck canceled last year, so you
I want to put in the work again, which I'm going to have to do. And once I get done, I'm going to say, hey, can you hear me now? This is what I was telling you that I do on a regular basis. Now check that.
I don't normally let people in my studio that I didn't go to school with. Like, even though I'm in Atlanta, people come in my studio, I graduated with them, bro. In high school, that just so happened to live in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Or DuBlaVaeè. DuBlaVae๋è to be in here. Like, I don't do that. So I was so skeptical. And you said a good impression. Like, I should leave Peer Space a review, nigga. Oh, man, bro, you get a rapper in this bitch, man, that just, all he want to do is just, all right, remember that apartment number.
And rap.
You know what I'm saying? Come back when I think this nigga in Florida. You know what I'm saying? You got an energy to come off like, man, how can I help him?
I appreciate
that. Make my mind immediately went to what do he need?
Right.
And what can I realistically do that what I realistically have to help out? And if everybody you come across do that, man, them the people who make your acceptance speeches when you get awards.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Them people name them names for a reason.
I want to get that Grammy.
But it's up to you to position yourself with them, and that's what I'm doing for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's why I'm here today, because I want to start anew. And when I start to make this music, which will take me some time and some resources and some money, I'm going to come out on top, and they're going to be able to hear me now. You know, I was recently signed to, well, supposedly, we did the contract and everything. Had a release party. I was with Sony at the time.
So they don't suppose you signed something.
Yeah, I signed. It was the paperwork said, but then I found out that the deal was, the contract was null and void. It wasn't real. So.
Oh, well, you ain't signed.
Right.
That's God. Man, I hate what contract you want to throw up. Cause as soon as I sign, like, nigga, if I buy a Tesla tomorrow, I'm like, maybe I should have got the Model Y.
Right.
Like, bro, like, if you was willing to give me this, what you finna make off me? What if I would have did it myself? Now they good, especially in this day. The only thing they can do is promote you. That's why I started YouTubing, bro. Because I said the only thing a label good is for marketing.
Marketing, and they weren't helping us at all. They weren't. Remember, I was telling you about the LGBT, the compilation album.
Yeah.
With the producer, you saying that it was fake. What happened in between for you to change your tone to then to the after show?
Well, to explain that, it's not necessarily in that moment. I was frustrated about like this is the reality that I live in, and it's not giving me what I thought it was. This is not the fantasy that or what you described to me. How the deal worked out necessarily was that I'm still under that umbrella, but I have no one over me, and I have nobody that is going to put budget or resources behind anything that I'm doing. But I'm still under that contractual obligation to be under them, but they're not putting any resources under me, meaning producers, meaning songwriters, meaning blogs, meaning anything, because they have separated their relationship with the person that they originally was supposed to be over us. So it's the same analogy as if I work for Walmart and my manager gets fired, I still work for Walmart. They just may say, hey, just come in and do cashier or do clean up the do something, because we can't legally fire. Once they pulled it back, and then once they tried to they start investigating, trying to get everything all together, you know, you get pushback sometimes when you start asking questions. Yeah. And it fell through, and then it became null and void. And I'm sitting up now. I've been going around for the past year, like, oh, I'm a Sony motherfucking artist. I mean, of course I sound like it, you know, praise the Lord. But
good you ain't, bro.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you, and it's just me.
Yeah.
I be so confused with why people sign with major art labels.
Just for the name.
And not only the name, to me, it seems easier, right? Mm-hmm. A lot of stuff, when you do it the organic way with a voice like yours, it is that thing, if you build it, they will come. And it's when we talked on the initial conversation over here, what you're missing is, I don't know what you're doing, so I can't say what you're missing. If you're not doing this, it's the part that ain't sexy, bro. And people hate to do it, especially if you're not like that. Yeah. Your daily content.
So to clarify, the deal is real.
The deal is real, but it felt fake based off of the pretenses of what I found out, that it did not give me what I expected. Based off of the first conversation that I had, I thought that we were going to be doing music videos and tours and photo shoots and radio stations and this and that and this and that. That wasn't the case, because that required capital that we were not getting. You know, I was recently signed to, supposedly, we did the contract and everything, had a release party. I was with Sony at the time.
So they don't suppose you signed something.
Yeah, I signed. It was the paperwork said, but then I found out that the contract was null and void. It wasn't real.
This particular deal, one particular individual that I gave a lot of trust in, who I've known for years, kind of reneged on me. Right. So in the end, I found out that there was no Sony Orchard Music.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I mean, the Sony Orchard Music exists.
Yes.
But it doesn't exist under that person's umbrella. Okay.
Whoa. Okay. Whoa.
So, and if it did exist under this individual's umbrella, all of a sudden when we come in with the LGBTQ project, and when certain advances were that had nothing to do with music were, all of a sudden there was no.
I can tell you too serious about it.
I am. I'm very serious.
I wouldn't play with you with your musical times. Like, bro, you really him, man. Like I said, I ain't trying to borrow no money from you, man.
No,
I got no reason to put you on pump 5 and get
I want
you to keep going, but I want you to level up and get annoying, bro.
I appreciate it.
You need to get annoying. Like,
I'm gonna take you.
The engineer, like me, I'm gonna do whatever you need me to do. Yeah. We do records. All I say is just tip me. Okay. And because you know why I say that?
Okay.
Bro, you might give me $15. I don't give a damn.
I appreciate it.
But but at the same time, I can justify you even whatever. Like, because I know, I ain't gonna say I ain't gotta know you serious. I know you serious. But I say that because one day you might not be able to afford nothing. And you might be like, Keto, I can't afford to tip you, bro. Yeah. Whatever, we good. And I say, hey man, you good.
You've been doing it for some
Period.
That means a lot, man.
Just come on, because man, you talented and nobody should hold you back. And it's gonna cost me a little of my time. Come on, bro. As long as I got the time, you know what I mean? No, I got you. For real.
But the nigga, I just missed a dick. I'm not staying in the house, I'm doing ball head whole shit. He did me wrong, just another sad love song. They got my ass fat, I'ma show my thong. Keep a hood nigga on speed dial. I like them dark skin, make my pussy meow. Valentino, I'm a Scorpio. I love loyalty, I love a hoe. Hey, Mr. Right, is he here tonight? I saw a few cuties, know what sparked my eyes. I'ma just vibe out, be in the zone. Post some more Hennessy, I can't go wrong. I love me some me, I'm the shit. My attitude, give our bitch. It's our love blessed from the man above. He been told me stop fucking with these scrubs. But the nigga,
The group is meeting today to go to Krog Street. I've never been, so I'm really excited. I heard it's like very artsy and like very, I've seen that people shot music videos and stuff there, so I want to see what it's like. This is like Atlanta, Hollywood, so I'm down here. The group is kind of small today. It's only me, Karma, Bryson, and Ty, so I'm kind of weary to see how it's about to go because we already know what's about to happen. We already know, so we just gonna see how it happens this time.
Okay, so they invited me to the Krog Street Tunnel. I ain't never been there all my life in Atlanta. I heard people get shot there. It's dirty. So I had no need to go. But they said we was going down there. He said it was drinks or something. So I said, okay, girl, I'll meet you up.
I have never been to Krog Street, and I've been living in Midtown for 11 years, but I have never been. It's just like one of those attractions that you kind of see on the internet, but you're not really feeling compelled to go, you know. But I felt like everybody wanted to kind of like bond, and everybody just kind of felt like after the trip that it was necessary for us to kind of like reconnect and figure out what we're gonna do. The dismay is that I found out that Ty was gonna be there, because originally I thought it was just gonna be me, Bae, Karma, and the regular hoes, not the ones that are bipolar or are confused. I just said, you know, I came down here to look at some art. I came to smell some piss in the sewer, and I just came to drink some drinks, you know, and enjoy with my girl.
Let's do it. Yeah, thank you.
I feel like I guess I'm just forced to deal with this person that I love but I hate at the same time. I just don't know how to feel, because it's been some time that we've been apart, but I also feel like I also want to drag you, but I also want to protect you.
Karma says she been trying to stay positive, and I say I'm not trying to like. I say, you know, I'm an evil bitch, and I say I ain't saying that to be mean, but I'm just saying sometimes you can't embrace the positive. Sometimes embracing the positive is the problem. Sometimes you have to be like, this shit is not positive.
No, I mean I feel that, but sometimes.
Sometimes
I don't get that one.
Yeah. He mind fucks himself. That's what you're saying. You gotta psych yourself out.
I'm saying like if you're in a problem situation, like let's say your mind is like you just floored.
Lately, I've
Floored.
been trying
Sometimes
to.
you don't have to
worry
be like,
about.
I want to be better. I want to be better. Sometimes, right?
Okay,
That's what you have to say. Fuck it.
That's
I am
okay
where
to
I
be
am.
like that, yeah.
I am where I
And
am,
you're
and that's what I'm
right.
saying about
And
not
I'm learning
being.
that.
Because if you're not in if the positive is not what is given, you don't have to say I try to find it and try to hold on to it. Sometimes you have to just hold on to wherever the fuck you at
And
right
you're
there.
right.
Yeah, and go through it.
Go
Don't
through it.
stay
That's
there.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm not
I
saying
feel that, but I
I'm
do
saying
feel what
going
you're
through
saying.
it.
Can get tough, honey.
Yeah.
It can, and that's why I feel like I owe both of y'all an apology.
Well, thank you. You
No,
know,
let me give it to you because that was you just said. Let me give it to you.
No,
Let me
bitch.
give it to you.
You meant
Let me
just
give it
what
to
you said, ho.
Let me, here we go.
Yes, you did. And I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I've been waiting.
Oh,
I sure have.
let me
Uh-huh.
listen too. What did I miss?
So seeing Bryson for the first time since the ambush situation with Chrissy and the gang. Like I had said, I had to talk to my mom and my brother, and they had already let me know that I was in the right headspace by saying I should apologize for the "you should die" comment. Like that was a little harsh, regardless of how I feel about it. And so I wanted to make sure he understood that I was apologizing for that, and I didn't want that to be like a hindrance. Like we have our problems, but I don't want you to die. Maybe not be around me sometimes, but not die.
You fell out with them. You tried to come back to us because we wasn't fucking with y'all. Me, Bae, and Karma, we was doing our own thing, and all of a sudden you all of a sudden told me that you want me to die, and then a couple days later, after you fall out, after everybody else found out what you said about them, after all it, now all of a sudden you got that fallout, and all of a sudden you got an epiphany, and you say you sorry. But you was holding on to that animosity months ago. For months.
I'm gonna start off with this. Both of y'all hurt me. You hurt me because
I'm trying to understand.
No, listen, no, I'm gonna tell you, because I genuinely, when I invited you to the studio and everything, I was not trying to have no ulterior motive. I really was like, Karma says she want to work. Her energy is giving me very open, like she's ready to listen, but Karma is Karma. So just because she open, ready to listen, don't mean she gonna go with me. I don't got that Bryson voodoo, so I don't know what the hell he be telling her to get her to go with his way. But I just got my regular words, and I just hope she receive them. And I just wanted to give you that opportunity. You know, that bitches already live for you. They already live for you, and then you tell them you can sing and put you on a. That's all I was trying to do. I was not trying to ulterior motive anything. And when you said that I was mean to you or harsh to you in the studio, I was like, I didn't even scream at her.
I felt like you weren't
trying
to let me be myself in the booth, like.
But see, you didn't communicate that, Karma. You said that I was mean.
You were. Yes, you were. You were.
But see, and that's my whole thing. I'm going to say, literally, because I've had many studio experiences. When I tell you, your experience with me was probably the nicest I'll ever be in the studio. And it was, my thing was because we had never worked together. That was why I didn't scream at you.
You're gonna work with.
No, most people that go to the studio with me have seen me in action. I don't have like a big plethora of people. I just, I don't be really trying to hang with the gang. So like most people that work with me in the studio, and also because it was your first time, like for real, like there. You get what I'm saying? That was a whole nother experience. So I just wanted you comfortable.
And then you have to also think, you gave me that song that night to try to master.
I gave it to you the day before. No. Well, maybe 3 days. No, it was 3 days before that.
Because we had switched. We switched assignments.
Okay. I know she's a new artist. I know she's new to this. And that I just want her to understand that she shouldn't play with people's time or money. Mm-hmm. And I also let her know that I'm not even opposed to working with her again. I even tell her that I help her write a song and all that. It's just that I just don't want the same outcome. I don't want me to give you my heart, time, and education, and then 2 weeks later you telling me such and such said this about this and this and this, and I'm like, well, me and such, I don't talk to such and such, or I don't work with such and such. This is a me and you thing, so why is such and such even in it? Mm-hmm. And so, but yeah, I'm open to it. She was open to it, so we'll see where it goes. We'll see where the Ty Valentino, Karma, Black Sheep saga goes. And then you gotta realize this.
Blame it on who? He blamed it on me.
No, I asked her. I said, is this after your conversation with Bryson?
But our conversation had nothing in the contest.
See, I don't know that. I asked the question.
But you assumed it.
I did. I did assume.
And that's where things were left. Why would you say, because he's speaking of Bryson? I had nothing to do with it. She made that on her own.
And the reason why is because, like I told you, I felt like I said, both of y'all hurt me. My thing with you is, it just seemed like it don't matter what I do, you got something smart to say about it.
Still kind of felt like there was something underlying that he wasn't saying to me, or that he really had a problem with, or it was something that I honestly felt. I don't feel like Ty generally wants to make up anything for me because he feels like he's got his core that he has, and that's totally fine. But at the end of the day, you fell out with them hoes too. And when they fell out with you, they did the same thing that you did, but without being provoked. You talked about their asses before they even provoked your ass, just because you wanted to seem like the star. I would rather not have this conversation in front of everybody.
Okay.
Okay,
I was up there.
Yeah, let me get a cocktail. Let me enjoy.
Hold on, I don't know if I want you to have a cocktail. Because I really want to have a conversation.
Bryson, I do like how you're communicating very efficiently right now.
I don't know if I want you to have the cocktail. By the time you get the cocktail, I want us to either be where we gonna ever be at. I don't want it to be that.
It's my birthday.
I know.
And I'm not gonna. I'll have a cocktail. I won't have multiple. But I want a cocktail, and that's what I feel like I want. But I do want to be. I'm still in very much a space where I'm probably going to. I'm still very much in my feelings about the situation.
Okay.
And I feel like I don't want us, because that was probably one of the most hurtful places I think in my life, like that just registered me the wrong way. So I feel I owe it to us, saying as though our relationship, and I won't get emotional, I genuinely love you, and that shit hurt me down to like I was flabbergasted, and I feel like we owe it to ourselves to have no outside influences that's gonna shade to y'all, but I want to have a conversation where it's just you and I. Okay. So that
I respect that.
Okay.
I respect that.
Are we going? I'm hungry. My diabetes is acting up, honey.
How it came back to me was Ty said this. Ty said that, or Ty feels some kind of way. If I'm, sitting down talking with people and all that kind of stuff, and I'm not asking anything incriminating. And then how it started. Let's go back to the Chrissy situation. Now, Chrissy did her performance, and all I did was I knew that we were talking outside.
Right.
And while she was getting ready for her performance and all that. Now I know how that looks. I'm break the fourth wall here. If I would be out there and I'm trying to build a relationship with Christy, and then they would go out there and hear that conversation, and then she would have been like, "You was out there because you was out there."
See, I don't see. Let's get that understood. Like I already said, I felt like I owed you and Carmen an apology. I owe Chrissy one too, but mine and Chrissy is a little different. But what I was saying was, I didn't feel no type of way that you went back and told her. That wasn't it. What I had a problem with was when it was being brought back to me. It was like sauce put on.
Okay, what sauce? Because I want to know what sauce.
It was like, one, I was the only one talking. That was the first. That was the only first thing. That was the first thing that got me. That like I was the only one having the conversation. Then they threw that Rebel was having it, but then they was like that was before. But they was like after it was just me. So cool. Then it was like
you began it. Rebel continued,
and then it was like I was just trying to break her down. And literally, I stated nothing but facts that she confirmed to you. She said she does not mix and master her music if it passed the card test.
And then, okay, so let me go to that.
She also like everything I was saying. It wasn't like.
And let me also, and this is where I think the communication went wrong. When you told me it was a mix, I said that openly. I said, well, the girls were saying you mix and master in your car. I was throwing it. I wasn't throwing it at shade. I said I was. I
feel like the way you presented it as shade, but I feel like it went over her head. She was on a high from that night that she just literally said yes. But I do feel like the way you brought it up was like, girl, I heard, because you said, because your clear words were, girl, I was surprised because the girl said that you mix and master in your car. So with that said, that was already put in like a negative, like
I didn't think it was. I thought I was giving I say what's on my mind.
I know, but I'm just telling you how, that's how because that's how I was like, oh, here he goes.
I feel like the only reason that Ty apologized to me is that one, the cameras were there. Okay. 2, he fell out with Rebel and everybody else wasn't against his side. It was so convenient that it wasn't too long ago that everybody kicked you out of the studio session, and then you want to come to a scene, you want to come to a place that we're going to try to have fun, and you want to talk things out. That was weird to me. So number one, like if you want to talk things out, first of all, you have my number, you have my Instagram, you have all those things before we blocked each other. You have all these different kind of things, and I felt like the only reason that you wanted to make this up is because you were on the outskirts with everybody else because they found out that you was a fake asshole. She was like, gooped. Thank you.
Yes, call my
sit down. Yes, you can sit down, honey.
Here go your card, honey. You ain't gonna get me, honey.
You took a picture?
Get me.
Girl, Bryson done accepted my apology, but Lord knows we'll be fighting in another week about something damn else.
So, and thank y'all for that. Thank you for allowing us to.
You should never have your purse so far away from you.
Girl, so
or don't put it on the floor.
Girl, the way I feel today, my car in the shop, I ain't got a purse is the farthest thing. I can't wait to get it back. My Tuesday can't come fast enough.
I want to appreciate y'all for allowing us to just have that moment to start the conversation.
Was you more prone to apologize to him because you had felt like a rebel to him? Or like what made you want to apologize? Because you kind of like on the island by yourself, not fucking with nobody? Or was
The
it?
thing is, I felt like I should apologize to Bryson because it was the right thing to do. Now, whether the timing was that I wasn't fucking with nobody in the group, hell, that was the case. But to tell the truth, I was. Me and Vay was still locked in. I'm the only one that showed up to his birthday party that they all lied and said they was coming to. I was the one not showing up. But that's another story.
I forgave him for me because I was just like, you know what? You know, you want to sit in the middle and you want to sit in the center. You want to choose where we sit. You want to make sure, you know, you made sure you had 19.3 million pounds of makeup on, and you wanted to make sure that you talked to the people in front of everybody, because you easily could have called me, and you easily could have talked to me on the side or did something in private, but you decided to do it in front of the rest of the people to make it seem as if I don't feel like your apology is sincere, you're going to try to use the other people to try to validate that you are being genuine. And bitch, I'm too old for that. You think I'm stupid. I've been doing this for a minute, okay? You think you are master manipulator? I can do the same thing too.
To the point to, if you feel like you gotta fight, like what's going on? It's some money involved.
Well, girl, you just put your hands on my goddamn restaurant.
You're a spoiled brat. And I'll be that. I'll be that.
And when you get to real life, the problem that you got. The problem that you got. My hand is not in your face. My hand is not in your face.
No, you put your hand in my face.
You don't want to pop.
You was doing the same thing.
I don't remember that.
You was doing all of this and all of this and all of it. Wasn't it?
The Hennessy
Thank
said
you.
I was not.
You was doing this and all of this, so I was doing
The
all of
Hennessy
this.
said I showed up to beat one
Girl,
person and I
you
got
started
ambushed by
that.
four.
I
That's
was
what
so shocked about
the
that.
Hennessy said, bitch, they coming to attack. They said, bitch, red flag, red flag, red flag. They said you can't talk to one bitch that you ain't talked to a butt about how she done told everybody else she mad at you, but she ain't told you. And then you show up and there's 3 other extra folks who now got a problem that they ain't told you about
You didn't
either.
have a problem. Lottie was that where everybody got lost on you was. Lottie was only there to make sure that me and you didn't get into
And
it.
she didn't do nothing to help.
And then
she was there. And
no, she was trying to
Lottie
mediate.
ain't said, no, she tried. Try was the
She tried,
problem.
right?
I'm kind of surprised. I think both the girls may or may not have apologized, intentionally and or unintentionally. Like, so I'm proud of them. They're gonna move forward. I think they, like I said this before, they love each other. It's just they both have very strong opinions. So it's like they clash and it's like bitch, and then it's like oh bitch, and it's just like girls, simmer down, hug it out. That's what I'm gonna do. Get a t-shirt, put them both in it, cause they can work it out.
And that's why y'all
But
chose
she
the
had no
wrong
beef with
goddamn
you.
person.
She was only there to make sure that nothing popped off.
So my whole thing was if
Chrissy
she cared
had me
about
there.
me, she didn't try hard enough, so that's why I had a problem with
No,
her.
but Todd,
If you try
Chrissy
to make
only
me
had
calm,
me
you
there.
weren't doing enough.
Chrissy only had me there, so when she talked to you about the things that she heard from me specifically that I told her,
But
that she wanted to have
also, I want to
confirmation.
go on record to say the only reason I felt weird also is if the bitch said she thought we was friends. If you felt like you had to ask me something, why you feel like you needed backup to ask me, bitch? All them other questions, no shade that
She
you done
needed
had.
confirmation, honey.
Yes,
She needed
confirmation and to make sure
But see,
that
that's my whole
nothing
thing.
popped
To me, in
off.
my head, you felt like I was gonna lie or not tell the truth for the dance.
Do you feel like Ty only came because he fell out with them, or you feel like Ty would have came with y'all anyway, or he only apologized because he was like the only man on his island? What are you thinking?
So Ty is like very empathetic and sympathetic, and it's like, who is this girl? It's like, oh, this bitch, is she undercover? Because she got kicked out Regina can't sit with them? Like, what's going on? I really want to know. I think it's honest and true, but it's like, with Ty, you never really know. Like, I'll be watching Ty, because I'm like, this girl be, you think she going left? That bitch went right. That bitch went that way. Like, bitch, and poof. So, we're going to see how genuine it is. I think Bryson's being genuine, so I think 2 genuine people, it won't fall out.
I was honestly surprised that Ty fell out with the core people that were coming against me. I felt like that was shocking. But once I felt and once I saw what he was doing to Chrissy, I was just like, oh, okay. And then we would have proper conversations and he would tell me different things. He would mention all kinds of, just undercut his shade, you know, about their music quality, and they ain't got this and they ain't got that, and they wouldn't have this because of you, and they use this for you for this, and if it wasn't for you because of this, it was all those kind of things that You were displaying for people that you knew. So I imagine that you had some kind of discord with Chrissy. You went further in, and then unfortunately I decided to be a loyal friend and being loyal with someone and telling them what I heard, and it backlashed on you, and everybody started talking about all the shit that you said about them to each other.
Hey, thank y'all for coming out.
I'm not coming to nowhere, baby. Invite us to that.
Why? Because we all apologize and get along.
Yep.
For now.
What makes my life real?
What makes my life real?
What make my life real?
What makes me a regular person
Is the fact that I'm ubiquitous in this grind, so you cannot miss me.
I want to live, love, laugh, and learn just like the next person.
When you cut me, I bleed.
Making boss move.
I have feelings and emotions just like any other human being.
Is that I work hard?
Being independent.
I've been through some things.
I've done the work that it takes to get where I am today.
I love a good look. I love a good outfit.
Living in my truth 24/7.
And I only speak reality, and I only speak truth.
And at the end of the day, I really just want to put people on.
We live just like anybody else.
That's what made my life real. What makes my life relentless?
What makes my life relentless?
What makes my story relentless?
What makes my life story relentless?
What makes my life story relentless? Because no matter what chapter in my life,
I stand for good. I stand for people that are standing in the dark. My drive to actually be the change in the world that I want to see.
I take punch after punch.
To have a voice, to be heard, to be seen.
no matter how many rounds I go through in life, I have remained undefeated and self-made.
I create spaces by cultivating, motivating, and inspiring those around me.
And I still come out on top.
I'm still the champion.
I can't be popping no pills, I'm way too deep in the field. Nah, for real, I can't be signing no deal. I need at least 5 mil. Nah, for real, I know some Eastside Crips that'll really crash out by the kid. Nah, for real, I'm way too known in my city. I can't be linking with bitches. Nah, for real, same nigga poppin' gang, be the same niggas writing them statements. Nah, for real, same pussy nigga be tweeting.
So tonight I'm pulling up at this Lodi writing session. I guess you want everybody to listen to some beats and I guess collab with each other. And I mean, I'm just here to see how it go. I mean, for some reason, we all know the group don't get along. So what makes what really makes her think that us as a group can actually collab? Nobody's gonna do that shit. It ain't gonna fall through. Maybe the core 5, but not over here.
Oh yeah, I done drank half this bottle of champagne. They about to hate me tonight. I'm about to be ignorant.
I'm slapping your ass.
What is I'm gonna slap. I'm about to be fucking ignorant.
I'm gonna slap. You need to wait. We need to at least get through this halfway somewhere. I want to get
through anything.
We don't never get the only activity we got.
And you're right. We never get through anything. And I'm always the one sitting on the sideline like, damn. Could y'all stop this arguing? Nah. Today I'm arguing today.
He's not arguing. We getting through this. We getting through this.
I said I felt like, you know what?
We getting through this shit.
I felt like motherfucking arguing.
No, I feel like
you damn right. You honestly right. Because I felt
like motherfucking going on.
I just asked about you. Like, where the fuck you going?
Other bitches had time to rehearse their lines and everything. Set up.
You feel like
so guess what? I'm ready. I'm ready. I got my reads.
Wait. Somebody waiting in the car.
Right. That's like they right in the car. I'm not doing that. I'm gonna say to ass and then the karma.
Okay.
Come on. I ain't want to leave. Where's the shade being wrong? Hell nah.
Don't come sit next to me. You know I'm in the hot seat.
Are you in the hot seat or am I in the hot seat?
I'm about to light it up.
That's fine. You know I'm on the fucking fire anyway, so I'm gonna be good right here. I probably need to move away from your ass if I'm probably gonna help you ignite that shit.
Ever since the New Orleans trip, I feel like me compared to the group, I'm just not really fucking with nobody in the group. Honestly, it's just really the same old, the Tides and the Rebels, but the whole group itself, I just can't fuck with them. Everybody weird. They weird as fuck.
That's why I'm like, I need to get in there too. Because that shit was lit last year. This their second year, I need to get in there.
Ty came in already with energy. I guess because Ty feel like he spoke to everybody, that we still can see through the bullshit and that energy that he already came with. And of course, with I guess the tension between Ty and Rebel, and of course myself and Ty, and it was just of course awkward and weird as fuck. So I feel like when Ty got there, Ty already knew that like, okay, nobody fucks with me at this point.
Get up.
I heard you in your sleep. You heard.
For real, I was like, oh, everybody here.
I
Didn't get up at all.
Shit.
I missed everything. I heard some shit, but I can't remember nothing.
Why you didn't get up and check? Check on the house?
I told him, I said I could hear everything, but then I went to sleep. I feel like I missed a lot.
just the same old shit. Every day.
But apparently I didn't. But no, I did miss a lot.
Well, it's always shit going on in this.
And people was pissed off.
In this circle of
A
individuals.
lot of people was pissed off. But
Literally.
But, I guess I ain't really. Bitch.
Where is Pissy Paul, by the way? Where is Pissy Paul, by the way?
My goddamn brother ain't here right about now.
Oh, that's your brother?
That's my brother.
Oh, that happened in
Damn
New
right.
Orleans.
It happened in New Orleans. I live.
What did you sleep together?
And y'all not gonna read him while he's not around. Y'all not gonna.
You did that. I know why he's around too. I know why he's around too, baby. Let's relax. Let's relax, because it's very much so while he's here as well.
Okay.
I said it was
not me.
Don't read it.
Who
was the fucking one?
I didn't say shit. You know what? I didn't say shit.
This is you.
No, I like to hear you say it.
I was in my chair.
That's a problem with everybody.
Oh Lord. I came here with a good experience. I'm high as hell.
Did you?
I literally just want to have a good night.
I was not excited to come to this session at all, just because I ultimately feel like, like I said, I'm not in a really good place with Ty, and I feel like because of that, the other people are gonna be very much so vocal and kind of. I feel like they know what to say and they know what to do. They're gonna try to poke the bear just because this is what they've ultimately been waiting for. They've literally been waiting for the downfall of the big three. So I know it's gonna be some drama. But when Bryson woke up from his wet dream, he probably,
It's golden dream.
he had to go and check with Karma, make sure everything was
Karma
good.
should have checked on him, bitch.
Right.
Is his bladder okay?
Right.
You need to make sure the guy does something to make sure.
You know shit happens.
That wasn't no shit happened.
No, if it was shit, I would have beat his motherfucking ass. I promise y'all that would have been my exit. I'm beating somebody ass. What? I'm beating his shitty ass. I damn near wanted to beat his pissy ass that night.
And he was a man in it. I'm just saying, bitch, how you don't feel that?
That's how you know it's not that bitch first time.
I just don't see how he. It was so strong, yo. We watching that motherfucking house. He motherfucking hungry. This bitch just pissed the motherfucking couch. Bitch, that's a charge. This is a pet fee. And bitch, this Ty! What that bitch did? That sloppy drunk? Ty! This is sloppy as fuck. This is the pillow. Oh my god, and it's strong. Oh my god, this shit is strong. It was strong as fuck.
I'm surprised you ain't wake up. That's why they didn't sleep under the damn door still, girl. Cause I walked in and I was like, something ain't right.
Okay.
Something ain't right in the water.
Y'all let that niggas just lay there? Carmen, you let your brother just lay there like that?
Well, honey, I was sleeping. I was asleep.
Oh, yeah. Carmen was sleeping with you.
I hope you don't call me.
Yeah, because y'all came in and bum rock. Like,
we did shit, but
fuck with me.
Y'all had to wake up. Because first of all, bitch, you was wrong. So we had to make sure you heard. Before I left that motherfucking house, I need to make sure you knew you was wrong.
Wrong about what?
What you mean wrong about what?
Thank you, Lottie. I like this.
Okay.
Ty attitude was like whatever. So if Ty attitude whatever, I'm like whatever. Cause bitch, I'm not gonna kiss your ass. I'm not gonna chase you or Rebel for no friendship. It is what it is. If you didn't want to resolve it and listen and actually take accountability and acknowledge what the fuck you did, bitch, I'm on the same pace as you. You don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck.
Was they giving mansion vibes? Okay.
Talk about your scenery was on.
Oh, it was cute. Hi, how are you? Hi, Bubba. Good, how are you?
How old are you? 21?
Girl. Forever 21 now. Lodi is going to have a little writing session. She's going to play a couple beats for everybody. We're going to talk about the thoughts and possibilities of collabing. So that's really exciting. And I'm just like, I can't wait to hear the music because I love a hot beat. Lodi knows her beats. And so I also want to see who's going to be on a song with who. Like, who's going to want to work with who? Who's not going to want to work with who? So I'm really looking forward to it.
Okay, guys.
We have all gathered here today.
Well, what is the reason why we are gathered?
To write a song.
Oh, okay, come on.
That is the
Nothing other than.
Nothing other than.
Okay, come on.
Is to write a song, though. Settle down, guys. Settle down. Settle down. The ultimate goal is to write a song. I want to get everybody together. I want to see if we can get this unity thing kicking. You know what I'm saying? So I got some beats. We got some artists. Let's see if we can make something happen. We're going to pick who we want to work with.
Are we doing like partners or something?
It can be partners. It can be a threesome. It can be, you feel me? Y'all all four.
Nothing like a good threesome now.
Just
Y'all words wisely, honey.
That's not
You better pick your words
We don't have no
wisely.
mirrors in here. We're not counting that.
I want to do a solo, no feature.
Okay, we're not doing this.
Ooh,
Sorry.
shady bitch.
Sorry.
You can do that at home.
Believe that.
You're right, I could. I've done it plenty times.
We don't want to waste your time now.
You're right. You're right.
Okay, but that's what we're going to do.
Okay.
But everybody, we missing 2 more people, so but y'all
Are we
on their way?
Come on.
Are
we can still pick
but are
2.
we?
They're still in there.
But are
3
we?
more people. Huh?
They're on their way.
To the third person.
I did not know that Ty and Treble was having problems in their friendship at the time until I see, Ty pulling up with a gift and shit and like, okay. I'm like, and Rebel's like, bitch, I don't want it. And I'm just like, what is going on with these girls? Like, it's sassy. It must have been because he left them in New Orleans, like bags and all, threw them out the car. But I thought they worked through it. Maybe they will, to be continued.
Public.
I got 1 bar out this bitch.
Collective public.
It's cute.
Come back some. Maybe I like it.
You are now listening to Anyway Well.
This is cute. Who's this? I love it. Who's this? This is everything. Girl, fuck my beat. I'll sit on my own, girl. This is everything. We love strings, we love pianos, we love an orchestra, we love pizzicatos. A bitch used to play on the violin. They're plucking them shits right now.
They're plucking.
They're plucking.
They wasn't really feeling the 1 beat. Everybody pretty much chose sides on this, I'm gonna call it the ass shaking beat, and then the American Pie beat. So at first everybody was on the American Pie beat, and then I guess once they started seeing who really wanted to be on it, they started choosing like, okay, I'm gonna be on this one. Because at first it was like, I'm gonna be on this one, and then I played the other one like, oh, I'm gonna be on this one too. And now it's just like, no, I'm gonna just be on this one.
Adi plays the beats, and in one particular beat, I was like, yo, I gotta have that beat. Like, I gotta be on that beat. It's just something about a beat. I love a good, different, like, exotic type hip hop beat. It need to have a little twang to it. Something I can hear myself doing some switch ups in the songs. I never like a monotone song. I like to do a lot of switching up. So that particular beat that Lodi played, I just, yeah, give me that one.
I live.
Let's give the rebels next.
It don't say the whole thing. I don't say that twice.
I'll take the bronze. I'll go there.
I see church.
Was y'all fucking with what y'all doing?
Okay, guys. Come on. Catholic shit. Come on now. Come on with my rosary.
Yes.
Come on now.
So.
Did y'all? Because what I did is really just to like catch a flow. It wasn't to keep.
So what's crazy
I've been writing.
I had to, like, when just from what you were saying, like the humble yourself, like that repetition, like every other actually had, like when I was listening to it first, like I had something else, and that goes with that same cadence. So that's what was like so crazy. That's
nice.
Go off, Lottie! Great mind. That's your song. Ultimately, like I said, I really respect Lottie and I trust her work ethic and her, you know, her grind. So I was really, I like the beats. I like, you know, I thought they were pretty catchy. To a certain extent, I do feel like Lottie stays within a certain sound that I would like for her to step out of. But if this is what she feels comfortable with, then hey, I'm all for it.
Did y'all know the beats wasn't purchased at the time? Because I know later some stuff come up about the beats having tags on them.
I get Lottie trying to be this whole. I mean, Lottie ain't got shit else to do, so I guess, you know, for her to try to come together and get us to collab on songs, baby, buy the beats first. I mean, I get it. Sometimes beats cost $9.99. Sometimes they cost $3.99. So, you know, you can easily could have got those tags removed. So when I heard the beat, I'm just like, oh, the tag's still there. She ain't bought the beat. Okay, cool. We just here to listen and waste time because Lottie want to make it seem like she's doing something when she's really not.
Question, what you mean the tag's still on? How do you know?
So, you know, like usually the tags mean when a person makes the beat. Say if like I Am Vogue makes the beat and I put my tag, I got the same tag on, so I'm probably like, I Am Vogue Beats or some shit like that. So like,
so if they're still on, that mean they don't own it.
You don't
Gotcha.
Like,
I have something to say. I got something to say.
Oh, it sounds like that's right. And it sounds like.
Got some food, and then we're gonna come back and knock it out and wrap it up.
Not musically, but just.
Know me, and you think that despite however mad the fuck I am, I'm gonna have a sit down with Bryson.
Well, I'm not saying you wouldn't have had a sit down with him, but there was some type of conversation had for him to say that.
That's what you think? That's what you think? You haven't.
I wouldn't even know though.
You haven't.
I wouldn't even know.
Exactly.
But who is coming from?
So guess what? Like I said, that night in New Orleans, after the whole situation, like I said, we all got in the car, and I specifically said I do not want to talk about it because guess what? I specifically already had spoken to Ty Valentino about it.
So let me ask you this: how did the group find out? Who did you tell the group for them to know about it? Who did you tell? You had to tell somebody because did you tell Lottie?
I think I told Lottie, and I feel like I told Lottie. And because like I said, I was upset. That is what I told. That is what I told everybody in the car. When everybody was like, "Oh, well, why you not riding with Ty? What's going on with you and Ty?" I said, "Me and Ty has already talked about it."
Who said
and
that,
me
though?
and that is what.
Question. What's going on with Ty?
Of course.
Okay.
Like I said, and I had already said what me and Ty has is between me and Ty. I told Lottie. And because like I said, I was upset. So wait, whatever anybody chose to then create a narrative, to then create whatever the hell they wanted to create, was guess what? And for you to allow that,
it's crazy for you to allow
for you to allow that. For you to allow that and not come to me and be like, hey. Rebel,
you didn't come to me.
Guess what? So-and-so said this. So-and-so said
come
this.
To you, but you didn't come to me about your own feelings.
What about what?
Because I didn't come to you for somebody said. But
when have I not come to you about my feelings?
Girl, I still don't know. You still haven't said anything to me. We talked in Philly. Did we not? When you was in Philly, did we not talk?
Yes.
So you telling me we would talk? We were good. We were laughing, kikiing. We talked again when I was in
Miami. And what did I just say to him? The unfollow on Instagram was the icing on the cake.
You gotta go out. Other problems
at that point, because like I said,
if you had problems before then, why were they spoken about?
Because like I said, Ty,
but he never talked about it.
He rolled down no, Ty, you're lying. You're lying. He is somewhat receptive of it, but also you can still tell that Ty has, still a lack of accountability.
Y'all we rode down
that night in New Orleans before.
We talked. I asked you what you want me to do. What did you say?
Exactly, and I said there's nothing that you can do. Did I not say that? I said there's nothing you can do because what's done has already been done. But all I know all I know is how to move. Did I not say that? And up to the point to where I even text you a couple days later on July 6th where I said, after thinking about everything, okay, at the end of the day, now I realize how you get when you get in certain type of moods, and now I know how to move. And then up to the point to where you even text, up to the point where you,
I said, are you breaking up with me?
You even text me back, is that a breakup text?
I said, are you breaking up with me?
If this was a breakup, you would have known that.
At this point, I'm like, for myself, I'm tired of Ty bullshit because like, how do you consider us your bros, right? Before the show, before this even was a thing, chopping it up, kumbaya, kicking, haha, rolling up, sipping together, but then you go through your whole emotional roller coaster, and now your bros is all of a sudden just regular castmates of yours, and that you can just remove us. Because basically, Ty said that the reason why he did that was because he wanted to get away from the cast, the group, and everybody, just like, I guess, whatever the fuck Ty was trying to do. Whatever. It didn't last too long, but we was a part of that, and we felt like it was fucked up, which it was, because like if we're your real bros and your friend, like why would you treat us as if we're not?
So don't ever tell me
that makes no problem.
No, but don't ever tell me.
I follow you on Instagram. That's why you're mad.
No, because I
we're good.
This is why we were good. So like I said, unfollow on Instagram.
In that group message, he said that was the icing on the top. But
because
if it was no time to put on,
he pointed out to me.
He was good.
He pointed out to me, and I was like, "Oh shit!" I said, "Ty just hit me up." I said, "We just talked on Instagram." I went to see, and then this thing, I was like, "What's that about?" And then when we got in that group message, the message you sent us though, it was kind of fucked up, Ty, because before the show, we was already, clicking though. We shouldn't be categorized these bitches right here. You see what I'm saying? Like we had moments, all that. We shouldn't be considered as to be just a fucking character on a show to you. We your real, like we ride for you. You see what I'm saying? So when that's like when everybody else did show up. But this who was the fuck right there all fucking night? But when you say you want peace, right there all fucking night with you, was it not us? So for you to sit here and tell me that I ain't followed everybody on the show because I wanted peace. Oh, the bitch that was trying to bring you peace all fucking night when chaos was going around. Come on, don't disrespect me like that. So guess what? Yeah, I feel disrespected. And guess what now? Yeah, everything that I've had an issue with now has now been rodded back up. And now I'm going to bring back up everything else. Everything that I probably should have said to you before. Because guess what? As my friend, I allow certain shit to slide. And that's my own fault because you know what? That brings me to the point to where when I do have an issue with you, it makes me look like, oh, well, why he didn't say this shit before? Is because as a friend and as somebody that I consider as a brother, I enabled certain behaviors of yours that I will now say I am no longer wanting to do.
I literally unfollowed everybody. I unfollowed everybody, every single person, and Rebel and Vo felt some type of way that I unfollowed them, and that's how. And they wanted an explanation on to why I unfollowed them. And once I gave them the explanation was I just didn't want this energy of this group. Like I didn't want that around me, so I didn't want y'all on my social media. That wasn't a good enough answer for them.
Think about it though, Ty. You say you wanted peace, that's why you don't follow us too. Like we don't give you no peace. We always encourage, especially me. I know I be encouraging all y'all.
I don't
feel like at this point, anything I say, it won't matter. That's what I feel because I feel like when
you know what, that is an issue. That is because that is a lack of accountability. That is a lack of accountability right there. That is an issue. That is an issue. The thing is just now I'm just gonna throw my hands up rather than taking accountability. Like you know what, I was wrong for that.
I said that. I said I wasn't trying to hurt your feelings. I've been said that. I said when I first did that, I wasn't trying to hurt your feelings. That wasn't my point. I already said that. So you can say I didn't, whatever.
I was a part of this message Ty sent down in a group message with me and Rebel and Hondo, and all of a sudden I remember Rebel had hit me and he was like, "Oh, so you're blocked too?" I'm like, "Wait, what? Blocked from where? What are you talking about?" Cause that same day, Ty literally just had sent me something on Instagram and responded to my Insta story post, and I was working, so I'm not really on Instagram consistently. So Rebel hit me and say, "Oh, you're blocked." I'm like, "Wait, what?" So I went on there and checked. I saw that Ty blocked me, and then I'm like, "What the fuck?" As soon as I saw that Ty blocked me, then that's when the group message had came, and I was like, "Wait, did I miss something?" I didn't get a chance to actually read the whole thing in the middle of me working, but when I finally like got time to sit still, I was like, "Oh." So this is what we doing, and it was random. It was random as fuck, and I'm just like, what the fuck? What is going on? Thought Ty was in one of his fucking Scorpio moves or whatever. Like, you know, he go through this whole emotional roller coaster shit with himself and think everybody else is to blame. And little do he know, you gotta look in the mirror first.
It's like what we didn't bring no trauma or no. This is my whole thing to you. Y'all are connectors.
Like I said,
If y'all film or anything, y'all post stuff.
But before the show, though, Ty, before the show, we were rocking though. That's what I'm saying. Before the show, we were rocking. You didn't unfollow us then. Like you knew we'd come out to the show. You know what I'm saying? Like even if you need peace, we still fuck with you. So because we fuck with you, we shouldn't be.
I said it, and it still seems like.
But it's the fact that the action still came with that. You know what I'm saying? That's where we at. That's where Rebel trying to get it. Like it came.
I was trying. I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to hurt nobody's feelings. Whether you can get over it, I would like you to. If you can, I understand. But I'm just. It's like no matter what I say, I'm either not wrong or I'm being selfish, and then it's like. And I already, if you say I've been selfish, I've been this already, why all of a sudden if I do it's a problem.
So I'm asking you this last question. Did you get their point? Their point was we're friends before the show, so don't include us with these people.
No, because they was part of the people at the energy that I didn't want. So it didn't matter whether I met them yesterday, 2 years ago, 35 years ago, 20 seconds ago. They was part of the energy that I didn't want. So they got the same energy to get removed.
You know, like I said, I enable that. I think that's the issue I have with myself now, is because I used to kiki with it. It wasn't affecting me personally. But until that affected me personally, that is when I have issues. So that's on me.
And
that is on me.
Okay, but you can go back
over there. If you keep a location, do you want my pin? I can drop it.
Drop it in. Oh my God, what's up? What?
So he can be here, but I can't.
Because he understands the situation.
I'm in the situation.
Bitch, I'm nosy. So what's your point? So what the fuck is the point? Continue. Act 3, bitch. Go. Where's the script, guys? Oh, y'all some shady cunt.
They just want to be included in every fucking thing. Like, child. Go in your corner. Get the fuck over here. Go. Go to your corner! You stay out of grown folks' business! I don't have no beef with Vae. And I'm not gonna say I don't care for Vae. I think Vae is a cool person, right? Vae just not my cup of tea. I'm not the type of nigga that would go hang with a Vae. You know what I'm saying? Vae is, he give you good energy, true enough. I just want to get clinged on to him. You know, he already be in everybody DMs and trying to beg for friendship. He's thirsty for a fucking friendship. So it's just like, I'm just not going, no, I don't want to be one of the niggas that they kiss their ass to. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's just not my cup of tea.
Gotcha. And it's just because he kind of like, he friendly with everybody, so you just don't know how to trust that person.
Yeah, you're right. You can never trust a real friendly bitch. And that's just what it was. Like, I can't trust you. Hell, we already know we can't trust you because you go run and tell every fucking thing that you hear and see. Bitch, you are up. Like, we can't trust you.
What I just heard, bitch. I just heard, girl, not you you followed me back recently, but I was like, what happened?
I'm following everybody.
So I'm behind. So we won't talk about that.
We don't have to.
Another time. We don't. Right, exactly. We follow each other.
It's
so.
Okay.
Vae. So I have a interesting take on Vae just because I feel like Vae doesn't really know his place a lot of times, and he's not really socially aware of certain things. So I get really annoyed with Vae just because it's kind of like in a group full of adults, he kind of acts like a 12-year-old, not even a 12-year-old, but a 9-year-old child. So for him to kind of come over and kind of put himself within our conversation, I felt for one, it was kind of like, girl, this is not your moment. You've had, moments the entire, season, and this is not the time for you to finally step up and take a side. You've been pretty much pedaling on everybody else's bikes. This isn't your road. This isn't your road.
Only if everybody had the same mentality.
Did he accept his champagne?
Girl, it's
Once
his
you gonna
time.
follow me back, it's fucking for me.
Nah, that's Rebels.
It's real life. It's real life. What you gotta say? Ain't no games being played. We on a mission, so it's no tea, no shade. Real life. Real life. What you gotta say? Ain't no games being played. We on a mission, so it's no tea, no shade. I'm on my way to the top, and I will never, ever, ever, ever stop.